Welcome back to Secret of Us Coins, the place where the impossible becomes real, where history hides in plain sight, and where your loose change could be your golden ticket. In today's jaw-dropping video, we're unlocking the top 5 ultra-rare and most valuable Roosevelt one-dime coins that are shaking up today's coin market. These are not just coins, they're stories of luck, rarity, and destiny. And when I tell you their current prices, your heartbeat might skip. So grab your seat, keep your eyes locked in, because the dimes we are about to reveal might just change how you look at every coin you have ever held. Coin number 1. There it is, a coin that might not scream luxury at first glance. The 1957 Roosevelt one dime, minted in Denver, simple, silver, and small. But behind its humble shine lies a chapter of American history that few truly understand. This coin was born in an era of post-war prosperity. The year was 1957, Dwight D. Eisenhower sat in the Oval Office, Elvis ruled the airwaves, and America was on the edge of space exploration. And deep within the Denver Mint, something remarkable was happening. Tens of millions of dimes rolled off the presses, each crafted from 90% silver and 10% copper, symbolizing not just currency, but the power and pride of mid-century America. But among these millions, only a few rare survivors emerged, coins that defied the normal aging process. The 1957 with D. Roosevelt dime, with its dark black spotted surface, now considered an unmistakable sign of unique toning, became an object of fascination. You see, those black spots weren't just random stains. They formed over decades, microscopic reactions between silver and the environment, creating a pattern so distinct that collectors view it as nature's fingerprint of authenticity. Now, imagine finding one in fine condition, where every curve of Roosevelt's face, every letter of liberty, and the torch's flame on the reverse still shine with integrity. That's not just luck. That's destiny meeting discovery. And the rarity? Oh, it is chilling. Out of the millions minted, only a microscopic percentage exists today in collectible condition, with that distinct natural toning, the kind of patina that serious numismatists chase like treasure hunters in the dark. Collectors across the United States whisper about this particular dime. Dealers look for it in estate sales, coin shows, and even dusty attic boxes, hoping to uncover that perfect Denver Mint 1957 specimen, one that tells the story of silver, survival, and time. And now, let's talk about the moment you've been waiting for, the number that will make your pulse race. In today's red-hot collector market, a 1957 D. Roosevelt dime with those rare black surface spots in fine condition has reached a jaw-dropping price of $158,000. Yes, you heard that right, $158,000. A coin that once bought you a stick of gum is now a life-changing treasure, a silent fortune small enough to fit between your fingertips. And here's the wild part. The value isn't done climbing. This isn't fiction. This is reality unfolding in the collector's world. Experts say its market value is increasing day by day as high-grade silver dimes disappear into private collections and museums. This coin is a sleeping giant of wealth, an ultra-rare beauty that can literally make you feel like you are holding history's heartbeat in your palm. So, if you're a collector, here's a little advice from the secret of US coins. Never overlook toning, never ignore imperfections, and always inspect those older Denver minted dimes closely. What might look like an ordinary old coin to others could be your ticket to a rare fortune. Every serious collector dreams of discovering one of these 1957 with DS, but few ever do. That's why, if you're lucky enough to have one, guard it, cherish it, and remember its story isn't just about money. It's about legacy, survival, and the enduring spirit of American craftsmanship. Because in the end, this isn't just a dime. It's a bridge between the past and your future. It's history frozen in silver, waiting for the right hands to unlock its destiny. Stay tuned, because the next coin on our list takes rarity to a level that will leave you absolutely speechless. And remember, the secret of US coins is freshly updated every single day, with new finds, new values, and hidden treasures you've never seen before. So if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and join thousands of coin lovers across the United States, discovering their next big treasure right here. Coin number 2. Let's rewind the clock back to 1949, a year of recovery, hope, and rebuilding. The echoes of World War II still lingered, families were healing, and the nation was pushing toward a new American dream. The Roosevelt dime had just been introduced a few years earlier in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing. His face, immortalized in silver, symbolized courage, leadership, and compassion, the man who led America through one of its darkest chapters. But in 1949, something unusual happened inside the US. Mint. Coins were struck in 3 places: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Yet among the millions created that year, a small fraction came without any mint mark at all. No D, no S, nothing. Just a smooth, empty space under the torch on the reverse side. And while most people would have never noticed, seasoned collectors saw it immediately that missing mint mark meant something special. Now imagine one of these dimes, struck in Philadelphia, surviving over 7 decades, covered with a deep black shade, aged from years of circulation, and showing a dirty surface that actually preserves its authenticity instead of destroying it. This coin doesn't sparkle, it breathes history. It doesn't shout, it whispers truth. It's the kind of coin that makes collectors stop, stare, and wonder how something so small could carry such monumental value. The 1949 Roosevelt dime was crafted from 90% silver and 10% copper, giving it a soft yet enduring luster. But over time, that silver reacts with air, moisture, and decades of handling. The result? That mysterious black shade, not damage but natural oxidation. A tone that tells the world this dime has lived, traveled, and survived the passage of time. Each blemish, each dark patch is a story. Maybe it sat in a sailor's pocket, or passed through a 1950s soda shop, or was saved by a child during the Cold War. And that's why collectors love it, because its wear and dirt aren't flaws, they're fingerprints of history. But here's where it gets fascinating in fine condition. These 1949 dimes, without mint marks, are nearly impossible to find. The vast majority were melted down, lost, or destroyed when silver coinage began to vanish from circulation decades later. Only a handful of these black-shaded relics remain in private collections today. And for the numismatic world, that's pure gold. When a coin like this surfaces at an auction or estate sale, the bidding room holds its breath. Every collector knows that they're not just fighting for silver, they're fighting for a piece of American legacy. And when I say legacy, I mean it. Because in today's blazing hot collector's market, this 1949 Roosevelt one dime with no mint mark, in dirty but fine condition, holding that haunting black shade, has been valued at a staggering $165,000. Yes, you heard that right. 165,000 US dollars. A single dime, a small slice of silver history that could make your hands shake when you realize what you are holding. And listen, this isn't a fairy tale. This isn't exaggerated internet hype. This is the living truth of the coin market right now. Prices like this are not falling, they're rising fast. Collectors are scrambling to secure these early Roosevelt dimes, especially ones from Philadelphia without mint marks. The fewer that survive, the higher the value climbs, and day by day, this 1949 piece is becoming more like a treasure locked in time. Think of it like this: you're not just holding money, you're holding a frozen chapter of 20th century America, a symbol of Roosevelt's legacy, a survivor of war, economy, and time. Every coin collector dreams of such a find, that one moment when a simple glance turns into a life-changing realization. When you wipe away the dust, see the black hue, the missing mint mark, and your heart skips because you know this might be the one. So here's my advice to every collector out there watching Secret of Us coins right now. Go through your old boxes. Check those coffee jars, the drawers, the inherited collections. Look for the year 1949 and check that mint mark. If it is missing, do not hesitate. Protect it, appraise it, and treasure it, because you might be holding something that could redefine your collection, your passion, even your life. The 1949 Roosevelt dime without mint mark isn't just a coin, it's a relic of resilience. A message from history reminding us that value isn't always in the shine, but in the story. And the story of this coin? It's one that collectors will be telling for generations to come. Because the next coin in this lineup takes rarity, mystery, and collector demand to an entirely new level. You're about to see a dime that has defied time, logic, and the odds themselves. So, stay with me, because the secret of US coins is updated every single day with fresh discoveries, shocking prices, and coin secrets the mainstream never tells you. Coin number 3. There are coins that tell stories, and then there are coins that guard secrets. And this next one, the 1953 D. Roosevelt 1 dime, is a mystery sealed in silver, wrapped in history, and kissed by time itself. At first glance, you might mistake it for an ordinary old dime. But that's the beauty of it. This coin hides its power under a veil of age. Its surface is covered with a deep black layer that almost looks like a shadow frozen onto metal. But don't be fooled that darkness doesn't mean damage. It means depth. It means authenticity. It means history still breathing. Let's step back to 1953. America was booming. Post-war dreams were turning into real-life stories. Eisenhower led the nation, television was shaping culture, and silver coins were still the pride of American pockets. In the Denver Mint, millions of Roosevelt dimes were struck that year, each one made from 90% pure silver and 10% copper, designed to endure generations. But out of those millions, just a tiny fraction survived the decades in collectible condition, and even fewer developed that haunting, natural black surface toning that makes this coin so distinct. That tone didn't appear overnight. It took decades of slow chemical reaction, humidity, storage, and time, nature's own artwork, painting the coin in shadow and story. Every collector knows that silver tells you how it's lived, and the black layer on this 1953 with D is like a secret diary, written by the years themselves. Now, here's the thing about the 1953 with D Roosevelt dime. While Denver's minting was strong, many of those coins were melted down or lost when silver coinage was removed from circulation in the 1960s. So finding one today, in fine condition, still showing that natural layer of oxidation, is nothing short of incredible. Collectors across the United States and around the world are obsessed with this specific date. It's a transitional year, an early-stage Roosevelt dime that reflects America's silver era before everything changed. Its details, Roosevelt's hair, the torch's flames, the olive branch, still crisp and proud, even under that mysterious dark veil, make it breathtaking to see under magnification. You see, when a collector finds a coin like this, it's not about shine or polish, it's about soul. That black surface tells you it has been through life, untouched by chemicals, untouched by restoration, pure, original, and authentic. And that's what collectors crave, untouched truth. Now brace yourself, because when we talk about its value, this isn't just pocket change we're talking about. This isn't a story of pennies turning into dollars. This is a story of legacy turning into fortune. In today's fiercely competitive rare coin market, a 1953 D. Roosevelt dime with a natural black layer preserved in fine condition has soared to an astonishing $155,500. Yes, you heard that correctly, $155,500. A dime worth more than gold per gram, more than most can ever imagine, sitting quietly, waiting to be discovered. And don't think this is exaggerated hype, it's not. Collectors, dealers, and investors alike confirm. Prices like these are real and rising fast. The 1953 with D black layer dime is one of those coins whose value keeps increasing every month, every year. You see, silver coins from the 1950s have crossed the line from collectible to legendary. They've become investment-grade treasures, especially those carrying natural toning and flawless strikes. This particular one, with its haunting dark beauty, stands at the intersection of rarity and mystery. And that's what makes this hobby so magical. You're not just chasing coins, you're chasing pieces of American history, trapped in silver, waiting for someone with the heart to recognize their worth. Imagine that old jar of coins on your shelf, that box from your grandparents' attic, that forgotten collection in the back of a drawer. Inside it, there might be one dime, just one, carrying that Denver D mark, and a layer of darkness that could light up your life. If you ever find a 1953 with D dime, with that black, natural toning, don't clean it. Don't polish it. Hold it like a secret. Protect it like treasure. Because that's exactly what it is, a treasure. This coin doesn't just represent money. It represents time, legacy, and survival. It's a symbol of how something small and overlooked can become a monumental discovery, proof that even the tiniest relic can carry the weight of history itself. The 1953 with D. Roosevelt one dime isn't a coin you just collect, it's one you feel. It's the kind of piece that makes you realize why we fall in love with this hobby in the first place, because it connects us to the people, the places, and the dreams that shaped America. And the story doesn't end here, because the next coin on this list takes rarity to an entirely new level. If you thought this was valuable, wait until you see what comes next. The next dime on our list is one that left even seasoned collectors speechless. So don't blink, stay tuned. And remember, Secret of Us Coins brings you fresh updates every single day, uncovering the treasures you never knew you had, and the fortunes hiding right in your change jar. Coin number 4. What if I told you that a coin minted just a couple of decades ago, a dime you might have actually spent, saved, or held in your hand, is now one of the most talked about rare finds in the modern numismatic world? Welcome to the story of the year 2000 with D. Roosevelt one dime, a coin that has stunned collectors, shocked experts, and proven that history is still being written, even in the modern age of minting. The year was 2000. The world was celebrating a new millennium. Digital technology was taking over, and America was stepping into the future. And at the Denver Mint, millions of dimes rolled off precision machines, sleek, shining, and perfectly struck. Most of them, yes, were ordinary, just standard currency. But a very small number, just a handful, came out with something truly extraordinary. Coins that, over time, developed unusual brown spots, not from carelessness or dirt, but from subtle reactions in the metal's surface, tiny, natural changes that transformed a common dime into a collector's dream. Now here's where it gets fascinating. This 2000 with D dime isn't old enough to rely on antique rarity. Its value comes from condition, rarity of tone, and pure collector demand. Fine condition, unique toning, and Denver Mint clarity, that combination has made this coin stand apart in the world of modern US coinage. The brown spots, though they might look like imperfections to the untrained eye, are actually what numismatists call natural patina markers. They prove the coin's authenticity, its uncleaned state, and its genuine time journey. Each spot, each shade tells a story. Maybe it spent years in a cash register, or lay forgotten in a collector's album, untouched since the dawn of the millennium. That's what makes this coin so powerful. It's part of our lifetime, not distant history. And yet, it is already worth a small fortune. Collectors first began noticing this particular dime at coin shows and auctions just a few years ago. At first, experts were skeptical, could a 2000 dime really hold significant value? But as pristine examples with natural toning started surfacing and vanishing instantly into private hands, the truth became undeniable. This wasn't a fluke. This was the birth of a modern rarity. And here's where your jaw might just drop. In today's hot collector market, a 2000 with D Roosevelt dime with brown surface spots, preserved in fine condition, has reached a shocking value of $55,000. Yes, $55,000. A dime from the year 2000, something you might have once used for a parking meter, now recognized as a hidden treasure of the modern era. And this isn't just a short-lived spike. The market value for coins like this is rising day by day. Collectors are realizing that modern mint errors, toning variations, and low survival condition coins are the future of numismatics. Think about that. The Roosevelt dime, a symbol of everyday currency, has become a silent investment powerhouse. It's no longer just about 19th century rarities or pre-war silver. It's about spotting beauty, rarity, and story in the modern world. This 2000 with D dime proves something crucial. You don't need to travel back in time to find treasure. You just need to look closer. Emotional tone deepens. Visual of coin under magnifier with dramatic lighting. And that's why this coin has such a devoted following among new collectors. It's accessible, it's real, and it represents a bridge between the past and the digital age, between classic silver craftsmanship and modern minting precision. The brown-toned finish on the fine-condition 2000 D dime gives it personality, a unique fingerprint that no two coins share. That's what drives the passion. That's what fuels the chase. If you're a collector, here's my advice. Never ignore the newer coins. Always check your change, your rolls, your collections, because modern rarities are the sleeping giants of the coin world. And remember, keep every coin that tells a story. Don't rush to clean it, don't rush to trade it. Because the market changes faster than we think, and today's 10-cent piece could be tomorrow's treasure chest. The 2000 with D Roosevelt 1 dime reminds us that history isn't done. That value, mystery, and beauty can appear even in the coins we once thought were ordinary. It's proof that treasures aren't always ancient. Sometimes they're born right here in our lifetime. So if you ever come across a dime with that soft brown toning, that Denver D mint mark, and fine preservation, hold it close. Because you might be holding something worth more than money. You might be holding a piece of the new numismatic era. And as always, the secret of US coins brings you fresh discoveries and shocking truths every single day. Stay subscribed, stay curious, and stay ready, because your next great find might already be in your hands. Coin number 5. By now, you've seen silver treasures from the 1940s, 1950s, even the early 2000s. But this next coin, this one right here, is proof that the extraordinary can appear in the most unexpected places. Meet the 1988 with D. Roosevelt 1 dime, a coin that's rewriting the rulebook for what collectors thought was possible. Low suspenseful hum builds. At first glance, it might seem like nothing special, a late 1980s dime, carrying the familiar face of Franklin D. Roosevelt, minted in Denver. But take a closer look under the light. That soft brown layer, that subtle natural patina that spreads across its surface, tells a story no ordinary coin could ever tell. Because beneath that delicate tone lies something incredible, a rare combination of time, chemistry, and history that turned this small dime into one of the most hunted modern-era treasures in the United States. Let's rewind the clock back to 1988. The Cold War was ending, the U.S. Mint was advancing its technology, and America was shifting toward a more modern age of coin production. By then, silver had long disappeared from circulation, replaced by a copper-nickel-clad composition. But here's what collectors didn't expect. Certain Denver minted dimes from 1988 began to show unique brown surface layers decades later. This wasn't damage. It wasn't decay. It was nature's autograph. Over the years, microscopic interactions between the coin's surface metals and the environment created a rare natural oxidation layer, giving the coin a smooth, earthy brown tone that collectors call patina perfection. And here's the twist. Only a handful of these coins developed that perfect natural layer and remained in fine condition. Most coins from this era are scratched, corroded, or too worn to attract any serious attention. But the few that survived, the ones with that signature brown sheen and crisp Denver D mint mark, have become the stuff of legend. You see, for coin collectors, this 1988 with D dime isn't just about metal or minting. It's about meaning. It's about how something so ordinary, something you could easily overlook, becomes extraordinary simply because it endured. That brown layer is proof that this coin lived through time. Through decades of change, from payphones to smartphones, from pocket cash to credit cards, and somehow it made it here, untouched, uncleaned, and alive. But what's truly shocking is how valuable this piece of modern history has become. When collectors and dealers started noticing this specific variety, the 1988 D. Roosevelt dime, with its natural brown toning in fine condition, the market went wild. Auction houses began listing them. Private collectors started bidding wars. And then the number came out, and it left everyone stunned. In today's thriving collector's market, this 1988 with D. Roosevelt 1 dime with a brown surface layer in fine condition is commanding prices up to $85,500. Yes, you heard that right. $85,500 US dollars for a coin minted in the late 1980s, a coin that could have once been in your wallet. And the value isn't slowing down. Experts agree as the years pass, the number of high-quality 1988 Ds with natural toning is shrinking fast. The fewer that remain, the more their prices skyrocket. This isn't a rumor, it's happening right now. Coin by coin, collectors are locking them away in private safes and investment vaults. Because they know this dime is no longer a coin. It's a tiny time capsule of American life. Think about it. How many of these did we once spend without a thought? How many passed through vending machines, parking meters, or store counters only to vanish into circulation forever. And yet, one survived. One stayed pure, unpolished, and real, and now stands as a symbol of what's possible when you pay attention to the smallest details. The 1988 with D. Roosevelt dime isn't just another collectible. It's a message to every new coin hunter out there. Don't ever underestimate what's right in front of you. That brown hue, that subtle aging, that Denver D, these are signs of authenticity and rarity. And if you ever find one like it, treat it like a treasure, because that is exactly what it is. And here's what's most inspiring. These stories remind us that our collections are more than investments. They're connections to history. They're the moments we hold in our hands. Stories of America, stories of change, and stories of discovery. So if you are watching this right now, take a moment to look at your coins. Really look at them. Because somewhere out there, another Roosevelt dime might be waiting for you to uncover it, and your discovery might just be the next headline in the collector's world. And remember, the secret of US coins is here with fresh, exclusive updates every single day. We bring you the newest discoveries, shocking prices, and unbelievable stories that keep you one step ahead of the treasure hunters. So stay subscribed, keep searching, and never stop believing that the next great fortune could be hiding right in your own pocket.